Hello guys, this is a 1991 Mazda Miata. This has a 1.6 liter four-cylinder engine, 115 horsepower engine, that's what I was trying to say. 2 doors, convertible top, of course, 5-speed manual. Let's give it a quick ride. I'll talk about the car as we're driving it. Hopefully this time it's not showing the top here. Hope it's not showing that. So I'm gonna have to pop the headlights up this time, mainly because it's getting a little dark. So this car, as you can see, 5-speed gearbox, and pop-up headlights, of course, which is always fun. And I want to kind of talk about this car and do a little review on it for you guys. This is a really awesome car, and it really, I'm not going to say it's understated, because it's, wait a second, because it's really not. It's a very much not overstated car. If you're wondering, I'm trying to see my this is the first time I've actually ridden around with both my headlights on again, because I had changed one of my headlights. Anyway, this car, a lot of people really make a big deal out of it. And it's a really amazing car, but it's just not quite what you really want it to be all the time. I just need to check something. Of course, we're in the road, but yep, both headlights are on. So I just had to check. Hope y'all don't mind about that. This is going on YouTube, so of course I'm not professional. But this type of car is really just, in the Miata, it's not really something that a lot of people like all the time. Like, people used to say, you know, the answer's always Miata, which, I mean, they're not right, but they're not wrong either. I mean, the Miata is an awesome car, but I wouldn't say it's for everybody, because there's a lot about it that you kind of have to know. It has very little storage in the back. I'm not going to show you because it's not empty, but there's very little storage. I would say you can put probably a duffel bag in there, and that's about it. That's all you can put in. But that's fine. That's all the storage you're going to want in this type of car. In terms of the wind that comes in from the convertible, it's not bad. I mean, for me it's a little cold right now because it's December 26th that I'm posting this. I hope you guys had Merry Christmas, or if you are watching this anytime after I posted this video, but it's pretty much, it's not a bad car at all. You can throw it in gears. Let's rev it up a little bit. Get up to 45, yeah. This thing's not bad. This thing is really fun. It has no power steering, and let's talk about what this thing has that's different. It has a aftermarket steering wheel, aftermarket radio, and that's about all the different stuff it has that are not seen in other cars. But basically, this car has pretty much everything that a lot of other 90s cars have. I mean, this thing doesn't have cruise control. You can get some with cruise control. And they would have came with an airbag in the driver's side for your steering wheel. Because I have an aftermarket steering wheel, it doesn't have that, but it could have. The actual feeling of driving this car is it's very fun, but I mean, I drive it constantly, so to me it's not as fun as you'd think. And like throwing it around corners, it really does have a lot going for it around a corner, because it's very much connected. It doesn't have much body roll. the best part about it is its lack of body roll. It's probably the best part. Now these are basically stock headlights. They are not bright. I mean, the left one is, and I think that is kind of, I think the reason why they're not bright is because they're going out, or at least the right one is. But it's just not a very bright headlight. It's about as bright as you can imagine a headlight like this being. It's bright enough for you to see and drive at night, but it's really not that bright. I had a 1989 Plymouth Horizon, which I'm also going to do a video on, and back before we replaced the lights in that to LEDs, it was really, really dark, like just enough to where you could drive at night, but you wouldn't want to. Now this car though is not bad to drive at any time. It's very fun. It feels like a go-kart. If you've ever driven a go-kart, and the way that it feels very much connected, where whatever you're doing gets transferred over to the car, that is what the feeling gets with this. It feels very, very connected. It feels like it's going exactly how you want. But it also has like there's very little play. Like if I do this, it's already trying to do that. Like, and that was just the slightest of movements. Whatever you do in this, you're going to feel it and it's going to do it. That's what it wants to do. Every time you want to move it, it will move. Now, in terms of the get up and go potential of this type of car, it is not bad. I mean, it's just to the point where you wish it would do a little more, but it still will get up and go really easily. And not going to go immediately. I need to roll up my sleeves. It's a little cold. And plus, it also gives you a moment to kind of see what it's like from a get up and go spot. But I mean, that right there. Now let's try and get up real high. I want to let you hear what this entrance sounds like. That's a pretty good example. I'm not going to keep revving it up real high. That was 5,000. I would say there's about another 1,500 to 2,000 more than that you could keep going. The red line on it is about 7,200, or at least that is about what it would be. So that's about all, but you know, that's kind of what you'd normally expect with a car like this. Its power is very much weird. It's more or less based on how much RPM you have. I would say it's great if you rev it up higher. It has great mid-range. Like after 3,000, its mid-range its mid-range power is nice and high. But like once you tap out higher than like 5,000, you're kind of going a little high for this type of car. This thing has, and it revs up very quickly, so you can get up to 3,000 where you should probably shift in just a heartbeat, just like, and there you go. And that's the type of car this thing is. It's made for functionally nice, responsive shifting and a nice driving experience. I mean, let me just throw it into a lower gear just so you can see. I mean, as you can see, it agrees with you. Sure, it doesn't like the fact that you went down a gear before you needed to, but it could. And it's also a way to kind of stop, if you like. But this is a fine car. I really don't mind it. It is very good. In terms of how it feels to overall drive, I would say it, in terms of like, if you want a daily driver and what you want to know about like the qualities of this car, like how do the seats feel, how's the heater and whatnot. I don't have air conditioning, so I can't really talk about it, and I don't have factory air conditioning even if I did. But I'm sure it's fine, like any other 90s car, very normal air conditioning. The heater works very well. I mean, it's very nice and warm. Of course, it'll go out of your car if you have the top down like I do. But you're kind of going to have to expect that anyway, because, well, you are driving a car with no top. kinda can't expect there to be much insulation in this car. But when you have the top up, it gets hot fast and it gets nice and toasty. Now there's very, very little visibility. I'll do another review at the top up so you can see what that looks like. But it's, I wouldn't say bland, but it's very different to drive, and I don't personally like it. Everything fogs up incredibly fast, and there's not much you can do about it. And that's fine. That's just the element of the car. And I frankly wish there was more about this car I could talk to you about. It's a very, very normal car, and it's very much an enjoyable car. I mean, you can throw it in corners and it will go, and it's fun. But in terms of what it is, it doesn't have a lot of the seats. Now, I have very worn seats, but they are really not comfy. Like, they don't have much cushion in them. In terms of, you know, the steering, it's great. The heater works very well. In terms of features, the features it does have are very decent, but just not amazingly done all the time. Now, let me show you everything else about this car. Very normal in every other way. Now, let me show you how to pop up the top. And I'm not sure if you can see this real well, but there's these latches right here. Basically, you unlock them just like this. So you unlock one side, you come on around to the other one, unlock that, and then you pull up this top just like that. And I would recommend re-tugging on it. And that probably still needs tugging, and you probably want to make the back a little differently done too. So once you get in the car, you need to kind of like tug on it a little more. Kind of do something like this, like that, and then you just kind of. Now right now I'm having to do this mostly by feel, but there's these latches. I'll show you a latch version sometime soon. Once it's daylight the next time, I'll show you how that does and all this. I'll show you everything about it. But basically, you latch that down, then you go on the other side, you do it. It's not easy, but you can definitely do it. I'm not sure if you can see this, but it has very low visibility, and it's not bad, but I wouldn't call it a great car for that. If you want to see what it looks like with the top up, I might show it to you next time, but we'll have to see. Either way, I really love this car, and I think you'd love it too for a weekend. Will I recommend it as a daily driver? It depends on what you're doing it for. If you want to help two people do their stuff, no. But if it's just you, you could definitely work with this car. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys also like my 1991 Mazda Miata.